Hi, friend. Today we're doing another wood art project. This one is a pair of cowboy boots that was a request that was submitted to us on our website, so I'm happy to be able to do that. As always, we start by tracing or gluing our pattern down to our scrap wood and then heading to the scroll saw. But before I get too far ahead of myself, hi, I'm Donna, and on our channel, we like to show you woodworking projects that we've made and that have sold well for us, so you can make and sell them too, or you can just use them for hobby inspiration. Uh, we believe in all things DIY. We love doing woodworking projects. And wood art is one of my favorite things to do. I feel it's such a fantastic way to express yourself creatively, and it's been a really great seller for us. A piece like this would cost me somewhere around $5 to make, maybe a little bit more. I am using scrap wood, but even if you had to buy the wood, it wouldn't be very much. And we make our frames for right around $1. And this one took me about an hour and a half to make, and we would sell this for between $50 and $60. So for me, that's a high profit. That's worthwhile for me. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out all the different pieces on the scroll saw. This one does have quite a few little pieces, so I just went around. I always like to start by cutting out the smallest pieces that I can first, and then I just start chopping away at it. And I do always have a little bowl or a little basket beside me that I put all the pieces in. With this one of the little ones I dropped on the floor in the shop, and it took me at least 10 minutes just to find it. So it's good to keep yourself organized. I think it was this little piece right here. I think it goes flying when I go to put it in the basket. So you'll see I'll just cut everything out and just take my time with that. And then we'll move on to sanding, which when I sand, I do a really light sand. I try not to have to sand too much. I try to keep my cuts as clean as possible. You don't want to change the shape of anything, especially when you're dealing with little pieces. And this is pine, so it's softwood. So you have to be mindful of that when you are sanding. So, as always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll definitely get back to you, and we love to hear from you. And I do want to let you know that Chris and Sam have started a second channel, and on their channel, they're going to be fixing all the stuff that breaks. So it could be really just about anything. Chris is always very handy. He's always fixing stuff around the house and the cottage. As well, Chris and Sam do a lot of dirt biking and do dirt biking maintenance and repair. So there'll be some of that. And Chris also flips and fixes lawnmowers. So there'll be some of that as well. So a little bit of everything. So if that is something that you think you would be interested in, please go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. When you're starting a new YouTube channel, it's really hard to get traction. So your support would be so greatly appreciated. Chris and Sam would be very, very thankful. So I'll leave that link in the description. Okay, so there are quite a few pieces with this one. What I don't have shown here, which I normally do, but I didn't with this project and it was a mistake, is I normally number all my pieces. So all of these would be numbered. It makes it putting it back together much easier. I skipped out on that step and it was a mistake. Okay, so now we're going to move on to staining. And with this piece, I'm using uh, Golden Oak and Early American. Early American is the slightly darker one. I use the old school oil stain. I really like it. I find it easy to work with, but it is smelly. That is the only thing, and cleanup's not the easiest. But you can use whatever stain you would like. So I just basically have pulled out my pieces that I know I'm going to do in each stain color, and then I stain them. So you could use any stain color that you like. Um, you just want at least two different tones, one probably a light to a medium and one that's dark. But you can really pick whatever speaks to you. You could also paint these if you wanted to do a paint wash, or you could actually paint them any color you want. These are just the base pair of cowboy boots. You could do anything that you wanted to decorate them or anything like that. Okay, so once the stain is dried, I'm going to glue all of this together, and I like to glue the pieces together, generally just like on a piece of parchment paper or something that it won't stick to. And I find it easier to glue them together, uh, like as a whole, and then glue the entire piece onto the backing. So that's what I'll do, and then we'll get into doing some of the detail work. Okay, so now that it's stained and all glued together, we're going to start doing some of the detail work. And I really like to paint and I really like to do all this detail work, but you absolutely do not need to. You can see it looks fantastic just as is, just with the stain. And you can definitely just leave it like this. I will go ahead though, and what I like to use is watered down acrylic paint. I use a black and a brown combined with a liner brush, just a thin brush, and then a puffier brush. And I like to really add to the shadows and the cut lines to really help build that dimension. So what you'll see is I take the watered down paint and I go along the cut lines or where there would be a shadow, like where one piece would be over the other. And I will put the paint down with my liner brush, and then I will go in with the fluffier brush and I diffuse all the edges. You don't want it to look like you're just outlining the piece. You're trying to create the shadow. So I'll put the paint down and then go in and diffuse all the edges. And you can see I also did the heel and I did the inner piece darker than the outside piece, and it's all about building that dimension to really help the piece just jump. So I'll just keep doing this. I generally work in thin layers, and I'll do multiple thin layers as opposed to one thick layer. So you'll see me going back and forth. Here I'm doing just the very edge of the sole just to give that the differentiation again, and we'll just keep going back and forth and I keep building on it. And when I started this, I did just a really basic cowboy boot pattern. I'm not all that familiar with them, but I just did a simple plain pair. But I thought afterwards you could decorate these any way you wanted. And so I think I'll do a second video where I come up with some different designs, some paint designs and maybe some wood designs as well that you could add to these to really make them your own. And I also wanted to tell you about our website, ideas2ididit.com. And over there, we have more in depth information about our process and the different methods we use. And there's just some general information about woodworking and DIYing. And as well, we have a newsletter. And if you sign up for a newsletter, we will email you a free wood art project. So if it's something that you think you may be interested in, it's a great way to give it a try. We also have a brag board that we're really happy about. and it's where people can upload photos of the projects that they're working on. And we've had some people upload their work, and it's amazing to see everybody's take on the different projects, and just to see what everyone's working on. And we really love it. We're trying to build a community of really positive DIY content where everyone can come together and share their ideas or questions, that sort of thing. So if it's something you think you would like to be a part of, we would love to have you. So just go over to the website and check that out. Okay, so we're getting to the end here. So I've created lots of different shadows. It really helps separate the two boots. I'm making the inside part of the boot darker just to really show that it is inside. And so once I'm done here, we will put it on the backing, and I'll show it to you on a black and a light wood backing just to show how much of a difference the background can really make. And all of our wood art projects are completed using a framing method that Chris came up with. We call it the 2x4 framing method. And we have a video for that, so I'll link that below. But you get to create a frame for right around $1, and they look fantastic. So I really want to thank you for spending your time with us. We really appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We'd love to hear from you. And we hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.